Greetings, beloveds. Questions and answers. Beloveds, just understand that you are asking questions that you indeed already know the answers to, and you are usually using this vehicle to have those answers expressed to you. So to not be surprised and say, well, I knew that anyway. And you hear what is about to be spoken. What I would ask each of you to do right now, beloveds, is close your eyes and breathe into your hearts. And as you exhale, allow yourselves to soften. Allow yourselves to remember yourselves as Christ beings. And allow these questions to come from your heart. For your mind would have you ask questions forever. What is it that you truly wish to know? Open your eyes, but allow yourselves to see with an inner eye. Allow yourselves to hear with an inner ear. Allow yourselves to feel these words within your heart. Who would like to begin? Greetings, beloved one.
Okay, I have a question which I've been thinking about, which I haven't found any information about anywhere. And I'm trying to understand what's happening when we're asleep. As I understand, our spirit that animates the body leaves the body during sleep. So it's tied up with the question of how does spirit animate the body? What happens when we leave the body at night? And why do we not remember that? Where is our consciousness when we're out of the body? And what's the difference between sleeping and death?
I believe that those are 7 questions in one.
Sorry, they're tangled.
Beloveds, have you heard the story of a silver cord that attaches the soul to the body? Understand that it is an etheric umbilical cord that allows the soul to still animate the body when the body goes into a state of repose. Is this acceptable to your understanding? Indeed. Beloveds, the soul will elevate at these times of sleep so that it can be able to do what is considered a life review or a day review of what it was that occurred, of the choices that were made. Is there a choice that was made for love, or is there a choice that was made for hate? Is there a choice that was made where kindness was expressed, or was there a choice that was made where cruelty was expressed? And understand that each time that you are expressing this to a seeming other, you actually are expressing this to self. And you then have a list, if you will, of places where you still need to adjust the consciousness. And you bring that back, and it exists within the subconscious realms. There are many of you who do remember these nightly sojourns, if you will. There are many of you who recall your dreams. Understand that your dreams are aspects of you in different realms and dimensions. And there are these bleed throughs. The difference between what is considered living / sleeping and the death of the body is when the soul decides to pull the umbilical cord out and release completely from this physical design of that particular incarnation.
Does that mean we're choosing every day to incarnate again?
No, it means that you are choosing every instant to incarnate again.
Thank you.
Indeed. Beloved, at the snap of your fingers, you can release, let go, die, and ascend. What you lose is the nuance of what it is to be a human being. You have a path, you have a journey, you have a soul contract, if you will, that has been designed and ascribed to you prior to incarnation. It exists within your records. You all have access to the records, whether it is through your own cognition or through this group. Records were indeed referred to several times in the original writing of the Course in Miracles. It was referred to in the writings of The Way of Mastery with Mark. But understand, beloveds, that you are the one that is the author of all that you are experiencing. Beloved, given that you have an inquiry of this, we will have Sohana Grace have a private consultation with you. We will come forth with you and we will help you to open your records and help you remember a few things about why this is an inquiry for you. It is our gift to you for your love and your loyalty. Indeed, indeed, we do similar with your beloved brother, who calls himself Willem. Each of you have a connection, an ancient, divine soul connection to me, with you. It is what draws you forth here. We have these conversations when you are sleeping. We talk at length. We talk at distance. We talk of love. We talk of patience. We talk of kindness. Know that I am with you always. But there is nowhere else that I could be other than to reside with you within your hearts and within your minds. For indeed, I know that we are all one. And in every instance, I'm reminding you of the same. Did I cover everything?
Yes, indeed. I think I can shut up now.
Please do not ever shut up, beloved one.
Thank
I
you.
love every thought that you think, and I love every word that you speak. I love every action that you take. Beloveds, know that this is the truth for each of you. I love every thought that you think. I love every word that you speak. I love every action that you take. Because I am you. Greetings, beloved. We will speak. What other questions have you, precious?
Jeshua, I have a question.
Yes.
And thank you so much. Interestingly, I have been learning about lucid dreaming, becoming awake and aware in the dream state.
Yes.
And I have often had trouble remembering dreams.
I'm going to leave this unlocked for you.
Thank you very much, Rob. I apologize. However, when we are out camping, sleeping in a tent on the ground, I remember my dreams very well. And I have a much harder time in my home.
You understand
but I
why?
also, I believe it's the vibration of nature and the sense of freedom that comes the connection to the earth with
Indeed.
the
Also,
with the
there is less pollution, if you will, of frequencies of others.
Yes.
You are out of the city. You are in nature. Beloveds, understand that when you remove yourself from your environments that have kept you within a certain vibrational frequency, you open yourself up truly to nature. And Kimberly, beloved one, this is indeed what you are experiencing.
I do wonder about the lucid dreaming, and is that a valuable pursuit, or is it just a distraction?
Beloved, the distractions are that of the ego. Lucid dreaming is a way of allowing yourself to become conscious within the dream state. And for those who are able to master this, It is indeed valuable when they use it as a learning device. So if you attempt to do this merely to be able to say you are able to, as opposed to going within and saying, here I am in a lucid state, in contact with my subconscious. How can I use this to my highest and best benefit? Please show me the places where I still hold on to righteousness. Please show me the places where I still hold on to judgment. Please show me the places where I still use separation to bring consciousness to my universe rather than seeing a place where I can see myself in another and as another. If you will use the realm of lucid dreaming as a way to remind yourself that only love is real, if you will use it as a way to allow yourself to communicate with guidance, then indeed continue your pursuit. Ask for assistance and it will indeed be granted. This is not something that you would do of your own. This is something that you would ask for assistance, and everything that you ask for, as you know, beloveds, is given to you. The good, the holy, and the beautiful, as well as the good, the dangerous, and the ugly. You make the choice. So, shall we say, with a noble pursuit, beloved one, indeed it will be granted to you.
Thank you, Jeshua. This is extremely helpful and the lucid dreaming feels like almost another, something parallel to the Akashic records in its ability to be a learning device. And that is certainly how I want to, that's my intention.
Indeed, beloved, you walk within the halls of the Akash in a lucid dream. Within the dream state, you are awake inside of your own creation, which has been the realm of the records for you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You are so welcome. I love you.
And I love you.
Come, beloved brothers and sisters, what other queries do you have for us? Martin, we saw you raise your hand. Greetings, brother.
So, greetings. So, I certainly have, through this incarnation, been attracted again and again to having my sonship be recognized within me. I can't seem to go too far without wanting to be reminded of my connection with God. And at the same time, I have found it, as we've been going through the way of mastery and the most recent chapters, like you've said, well, you know, can you recognize that you've kind of been everywhere and every when, and you've done it all? And in some way, I feel a bit dismayed when I think, yeah, I think I'm still real interested. I don't think I'm finished. And for some reason, it feels like, oops, that's the wrong answer. You know, that's not how I'm supposed to feel. I'm supposed to feel done with it, you know. So that's what the question is about, is kind of, I can't give up my desire to feel my connection with God, and at the same time, I'm almost embarrassed that I still find the illusion so enticing or interesting.
Beloved, your prime directive is to be who you are, and who you are is one with God. You are merely allowing yourself to indulge. There is no right or wrong to that. Here is what I promise you, beloved one. You will eventually turn from all of that, And you will make God your prime directive. You will say, I cast aside every television show that I immerse myself in, every relationship drama that I find myself embroiled within. And you will lay all of that down and you will surrender and you will say, God is my only one and true love. I do not need to feel that in a physical being. I do not need to have someone say, I love you, whom I have chosen to love. For you will truly come to understand that you are all. And you will allow God to come for you, which is really what occurs, beloved ones. It is not that you must seek God, it's that you must surrender to God's seeking you. For that which you are looking for is within you already. What it is that you seek, the entertainment that you enjoy, in the shows that you watch, the people that you desire, is a love that already exists within you. And when you lay down all of those toys and you say, I'm ready, it is then that God reaches out. That final step is not us reaching to God, it is God reaching to us, for we have fully surrendered. And we say, take me, I am yours. And God says, gladly, come be as you have always been, which is with me. So need not worry, beloved brother. You need not be embarrassed. You, in this incarnation, are making these choices, but understand in other incarnations, you have so fully surrendered. And what happens, beloved, as you allow yourself to become conscious, is they begin to compact. And then you just become this one incarnation. You are already a Christ being. You are already beloved of God. And all you have said is, I just need one more moment, or maybe another 30 years, and then I'll be ready. And all of it is fine. There is none of it that is not acceptable. There is nothing that is wrong. There is nothing that is broken. There is nothing to be embarrassed about. There is no shame. There is no guilt. There are only neutral events. And you are the one that is coloring and peppering and spicing the event by saying, well, I should be making this decision instead. You are making the exact decision that God needed you to make to have the experience of life that God is living through you. And when you can forgive everything that you are doing and everything everyone else is doing, and knowing that they are you, then you can release and surrender. Your success is assured. Your success is already completed. We could not love you more. We could not need you more for who you are being. And all that God ever has to say is thank you. Thank you for being exactly who I created you to be. And that was my recognition. I saw, I penetrated deeply. Beloved, the next time you have a desire that you feel there is shame in, that you feel embarrassed, that you still want to indulge within, pierce into it, dive into it. Why does this hold desire for me? What is it that I truly desire that is within this? Allow yourself to be surprised by life, and do that from within. Do not worry about the rest. Beloveds, you will each come upon a day when you recognize that there is nothing to forgive. It is all exactly as it was meant to be. And there you will find your peace, and there you will find your surrender, and there you will find yourself falling back into the arms of love. I love you, and I am always with you. Your brother is not the only one I speak to. Does this answer your question, beloved one?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. The Hunter Grace is in the process of receiving the love that she is feeling, and her eyes are leaking. Willem, please ask her to go back and to listen to this transmission. There is much that is here for her as well.
Good.
Did you have a question for us, brother?
Not so much a question as maybe a new realization, with regard to the relationship that we each individually are encouraged to cultivate with God. I feel I'm shifting from expecting that to be a relationship to something outside of me, quote unquote, to starting to look for that within, and to consider that to be the bedrock foundation of my being once I uncover or discover it. Is that a right switch to make?
Beloved, do you remember when I said the kingdom of heaven is within?
Yes.
Please understand that people want to build castles, they want to build kingdoms, they want to build empires, but all of that exists within. And when you are willing to make that journey to turn within, the Holy Spirit is waiting for you. I am waiting for you. Your higher self is waiting for you to take you to the kingdom that lies within. And that is the ultimate surrender. When you are willing to let go of the need to have an external source for happiness, and you fund that from within because you step back into the kingdom that you have never left.
Right.
Your beloved friend, Benki, has painted an extraordinary painting that lies above the bed where Sahana Grace sleeps. And it is the journey back into the truth. It is the journey within. Beloveds, several lessons ago, we have asked you to look upon an object and to dive into the object to see what created it. Who was the mind that created it? When you look upon a table, can you see the tree the table was that is made of wood? Can you think about the seed that was planted in beloved Gaia that grew the table, became a tree? Beloved, within you is a seed that has been planted in the soil of God's garden, and you have been grown. And from that energy, from that love, you have crafted yourselves to be this communication vessel, this physical body. And you walk upon earth and you meet seeming strangers. Beloveds, they are no stranger to you. They are you. And again, this was my realization that I was everything. And in being able to love and embrace all, God came for me. And all I am ever doing, beloveds, is reminding you that you and I are one, that God and I are one, that we are one and the same, and that we are love. That is the message that I have for you.
Thank you.
Indeed. One moment, please. I'm letting Sahana Grace know that she does not need to wipe her eyes. They are not her eyes to begin with. Beloved Raymond, do you have a question for us?
It's something to do with the direction of my life. There are things that I wanted to do, for example, to start a farm, but I don't have the means or the resources. So is there any guidance in this respect?
Beloved, it is incumbent upon those who have to give to those who do not. Pray for assistance. ask for resources to come to you, and they will, rather than looking out and saying, I don't have this and I don't have that. Imagine a world in which you do, and allow that to come to you. Beloveds, understand that everything that you ask for will come to you. That is the manifestation that this universe is. Try us. Ask for signs.
Thank you.
Indeed. Beloved, it is now time for me to release. I love you. I thank you for this time. We will do this again.